The two were terrified by what they saw, almost losing their minds. They had never seen a man gamble with his life like this. Just for a security guard interview.
We got that out of the way.
The boss said, panicked as he grabbed the weapon. Such crazy behavior made him look at Jack in a whole new way. It seemed his team was about to gain another formidable member. But Jack's reckless behavior had a reason. He was selling old records when he noticed something off. The man in the truck nervously stared at the nearby sedan. When a boy got in, Jack watched closely. As the sedan started moving, the man in the truck slammed. The man quickly got out, smashed the window with his weapon, and opened the car door. Then he threw in a grenade. Realizing it was a kidnapping, Jack rushed out to stop it without hesitation, but he was pinned down by gunfire behind the car. With the kidnappers about to escape, Jack shot again. Since he missed the crook, he aimed at the car's tires. Realizing they couldn't escape, the crooks prepared to fight back, but Jack shot one of them down. He then told the boy he wouldn't hurt him. Then he took the boy into his truck. However, just then,
You shot a cop. I didn't know. I thought he was pulling a gun.
because Jack had accidentally killed a cop, he chose to take the boy and flee the scene. But a police car had already arrived, drawn by the noise. Jack, seeing this, rammed the car into a guardrail and took a shortcut onto another road. Helpless, the police car kept chasing them. Seeing the situation was critical, Jack slammed on the brakes, causing the pursuing police car to crash into another vehicle. The two of them escaped just in time. He planned to switch cars and have the boy call a ride home. He also told the boy not to tell anyone that he had saved him. But the boy, fearing there might be more kidnappers, asked Jack to take him home. After starting the stolen car and wiping off the fingerprints, Jack was ready to leave alone. At this moment, the boy said his father was wealthy and powerful and could help Jack clear up the situation, but only if Jack safely took him home. So Jack reluctantly agreed and took the boy home. The guards at the gate had already been notified. The guards still asked Jack to get out and be checked. Reluctantly got out of the car. Looking at the man, much larger than him, surrounded by cameras, and the heavy weapons inside, Jack instantly realized that the boy's father was no ordinary man. Jack was taken to the boy's father's room. He thanked Jack for saving his son and warmly invited him to taste expensive wine. The man, named Becker, claimed to be an ordinary carpet businessman. He casually asked about Jack's situation and mentioned that accidentally killing a cop was hard to settle, but he owed a favor to someone and was considering how to help Jack. However, Jack immediately saw through his intentions and grabbed the wine glass. In just a few minutes, Baker had everything figured out.
The record was West Point graduate. 2 silver stars. Purple Heart. Good. We got that out of the way.
You prove your point.
After passing the test, Jack casually asked for his weapon back. However, Captain Duke didn't want a madman walking around with a gun. Another bullet didn't have any powder in it. It's a dud. Seeing the bullet-riddled oil barrel, Jack finally understood why the three were so shocked. When Duke left, Jack looked at the oil stains on the floor and realized there was something hidden there. Despite successfully joining the team, Duke still locked Jack in a room to observe him for a while. After confirming that no one was outside, Jack started checking every corner of the room. Finding no listening devices, Jack unscrewed his shoe sole and took out a phone. It turned out that just a few days ago, Jack was casually walking down the street when he saw a familiar face. He hurried to chase him, and he could only watch as the man drove away. Jack immediately called his old department for help in tracking the vehicle's information. The once all-powerful system made a never-before-seen error. Jack had no choice but to leave his current address. But instead of receiving a call from the office, "Federal agents, open up," Jack chose to escape. A beautiful female agent stopped him. Reluctantly, Jack had no choice but to talk to the three of them. Susan straightforwardly stated that the license plate Jack had searched triggered an alert. The vehicle belonged to a carpet import company, but they suspected the company was involved in more than just carpets. A few weeks earlier, a drug lord from Los Angeles had traveled to meet the company's boss. It was clear he wasn't there to buy carpets. The Drug Enforcement Agency believed Becker, the owner of the carpet company, was a major drug trafficker. That's why they had deliberately caused the system error when Jack searched for the vehicle. Given Jack's impressive background, the three agents wanted him to go undercover to gather evidence and take down Becker. However, Jack directly refused unless they could help him find information on a person. What are we looking for? An Asian American man in his 40s, brought in with injuries consistent with a small caliber gunshot wound to the head, a high fall, and drowning. Jack said he would consider their request once they found this person. He was the very person Jack had been chasing, and he had just seen him get into Becker's car. Now Jack wanted to find him and bring him to justice. They shared a common goal. Susan suggested that they help each other, each getting what they wanted. She needed Jack to go undercover not only to collect evidence against Becker, but also because her previous agent had gone missing. Susan wanted Jack to find him, so they planned a kidnapping. They wanted Jack to play the hero and get close to Becker using his son. To avoid harming innocents, Mike played the kidnapper and Will played the police officer. They used flashbangs to knock out the bodyguards, making the scene appear very realistic. All he had to do was act. However, no one expected that this would put Jack in real danger. But everything else went smoothly, and Jack successfully infiltrated the place. Under the cover of night, he quietly climbed out of his room. During the interview, he noticed something suspicious in the warehouse, so now was the perfect time to check. Jack carefully climbed onto the roof, but nearly had an accident. Luckily, he stopped just in time and descended the wall. On the ground, he searched the warehouse and discovered a hidden door. He followed the stairs down and found a dark, decrepit basement, but didn't find Susan's missing agent. The half-eaten food on the floor suggested someone had been living there. As Jack was about to leave, he seemed to notice something, so he called Susan.
Is Teresa there?
No. But she was.